Gaming marketplaces being the crowded spaces they are, sometimes wonderful works get lost in the shuffle. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're putting the spotlight on the games available on the Steam digital storefront that we feel are most underappreciated and often overlooked by the masses. Our focus is strictly on titles that have officially launched, meaning the early access works such as 2018's Amid Evil won't be featured here. Number 10, Cluster Truck. A novel premise isn't the only thing going for this first-person platformer, though it certainly helps. Cluster Truck tasks players with jumping from moving truck to reach the goal at the end of each level. Complicating matters are the in-level hazards, like collapsing pillars or truck pileups, and the need to avoid touching the ground and environment, which results in instant failure. The tension of quickly maneuvering across truck tops is quite palpable, every leap or run potentially being your last. And if that wasn't enticing enough as an experience, the game also features level creation and sharing features for those who are so inclined. Number 9, Avernum series. Though their efforts in developing the well-regarded Avedon games are appreciated, we feel that Spiderweb Software's other isometric RPG series warrants more attention. The Avernum games deliberately and effectively harken back to the tabletop-inspired games of yore, with a grim underground fantasy setting and emphasis on turn-based combat to boot. No matter the chosen entry in the franchise, players are sure to get caught up in the elaborate interconnections, painstaking world building, and the elaborate and freeform exploration that are so intrinsically tied to the quests of Avernum. Refinement and revival of old role-playing standards is the aim here, and it's been accomplished in staggering fashion. Number 8, Viscera Cleanup Detail. Well, this is certainly different. Actually, that might underplay just how bizarre yet endearing Viscera Cleanup Details truly is. The premise is simple enough. You're the extraplanetary janitor sent to a string of themed locations that are splattered with blood and gore. While it's indeed possible to just do the required cleaning, perhaps the greater draw here is in exploring said environments and piecing together what happened. There's something darkly amusing about picking up far-flung body parts or attempting to determine what creature's blood is currently decorating a room. Plus, it's got multiplayer functionality, letting friends play off one another and observe each other's approaches to the task at hand. Number 7, Layers of Fear. Psychological horror isn't for everyone, but for gamers who are so inclined, it can be damn satisfying to find a creative work that delivers on the requisite tension and torment. Layers of Fear, which follows an emotionally unsettled painter's increasingly bizarre exploration of his mansion home, does just that and more. The game actively and pointedly deviates from horror standbys like hostile foes and complex puzzles, instead letting players wander through areas while ramping up visual disturbances over time. More subdued than other titles in the genre, Layers of Fear nonetheless works thanks to an embrace of slow burn suspense and truly grotesque payoffs to its mysteries. Number 6, Snake Pass. In a time when mascot platformers were seeing a pretty significant resurgence, this quaint gem found itself sidelined in the conversation, and that's a damn shame. Snake Pass tasked the player with guiding the colorful coral snake Noodle through an array of jungle and temple ruin themed levels. Of course, matters aren't quite that simple. You climb and clamber up platforms by manipulating Noodle's body muscles, taking into account plausible serpentine movements at every turn. The fact that the game is also quite visually vibrant and features a soundtrack by Donkey Kong Country composer David Wise makes it easy to recommend. Number 5, Linelight. Sometimes there's value in visual and mechanical restraint. Case in point, Linelight is designed around guiding a line segment along intentionally bare-bones paths, occasionally dotted with the odd colorful obstacle. The contrast between the dark backgrounds and bright lines is quite stunning in action, resulting in sequences that are aesthetically distinct from other games. Furthermore, Linelight boasts some rather cleverly composed puzzles and cultivates a relaxing mood thanks to its low-key presentation. For those seeking a calm and collected puzzle game that still manages to challenge and intrigue, this won't disappoint. Number 4. Botanicula. As with their past work, Amanita Design managed to take a decidedly off-kilter concept and hammer it out into a charming point-and-click adventure. Botanicula centers on the exploits of a quintet of minuscule creatures who are committed to protecting the final seed of their last home. The immediately unique, if perhaps difficult to market, element here is how the game conveys its plot and suggests the nature of characters without relying on narration or understandable dialogue of any kind. What makes the approach work is a blend of quaint animation, delightful natural environments, and puzzles that rely on switching between the various creatures. Number 3. Human. Fall Flat. Playing on one's own, there's plenty to appreciate with regards to Human. Fall Flat. The levels focus on overcoming jumping and physical puzzles with multiple routes for progression. The ability to customize the player avatar, Bob, with all manners of color is pleasing, as is Bob's uncanny talent for gripping and climbing surfaces no matter the circumstance. However, it's the integration of online multiplayer that elevates the open-ended level design to great heights. The chaos that ensues with more than one person bounding through stages in the name of cooperative play will make it so you can't help but smile. Number 2. Dungeon of the Endless. Who doesn't love a good tale about surviving the harsh wilderness on an alien world? A turn-based roguelike, Dungeon of the Endless asks players to help the survivors of a crashed prison ship find a means of getting home. Easier said than done. Players have to carry a power crystal through alien-infested floors of escalating difficulty, all the while warding off crippling injury and gathering resources. Harrowing as it sounds, Dungeon of the Endless is tons of fun, with lots of room for improvement in your playing style. No run is precisely alike, no battle with an alien has a guaranteed outcome, and few things are as satisfying as making it to the end. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Probably best to wait for a moment the large, ominous pixel cloud wasn't about though.
And you can jump. The jumps you make are not about art. They're about reckless disregard for safety.
Number 1. Toki Tori 2 Plus. The latest adventure starring the eponymous yellow chicken, this updated incarnation of Toki Tori 2 proves a vital addition to the wider Steam catalog that far too many people have overlooked. Its levels are intricate in detail, livened up with a bright 2D art style. It delivers on many an interesting puzzle, typically based around Toki Tori interacting with the various animal inhabitants of given realms. A fine balance between intimidating challenge and engrossing charm is constantly walked, helped out by the added tweaks to music and presentation that Toki Tori 2 Plus bring to the core experience. Bottom line, this one's a must play. Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.